Do you only know happy and sad in English? But your feelings are much more colorful than that. Today, we talk about real human feelings together. Welcome back to Rising Voice English, my friend. I am a self-taught learner, and I am rising. Today's lesson has a very human title. It is called How to Talk About Human Feelings.
In this lesson, we practice a little differently. Every single line today is a repeating line, so please repeat every sentence after me, clearly. This method is called shadowing, and it truly works. Today, my student Anna joins me for this lesson.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna. Happy to be here. I'm still learning English, just like many of you.
Anna, how are you feeling today, Anna?
Tom, I'm actually a little nervous, honestly. New lessons always make me feel this way.
Perfect. That's exactly what we're practicing today, Anna. Let's start with our very first section together. Section 1. Basic words for everyday feelings. Anna, what feeling words do you already know?
I know happy, sad, and angry, mostly. I sometimes mix them up, honestly, Tom.
Great start. Let's add a few more useful ones. Excited means very happy about something coming soon. Let's practice these feeling words together one more time.
I'm excited about my trip next week. I'm tired after a very long day.
I'm nervous before every single lesson, honestly. I'm relaxed once the coffee finally kicks in. Great job! These words describe your day perfectly. Anna, how do you feel right now exactly?
Honestly, Tom, I feel a little confused. This word excited is completely new to me.
That's completely normal and a very useful word. My face looks confused during every math problem.
Math confuses me too, Tom, honestly. At least we're confused together, right?
Perfect. You just described your feelings naturally today. Section 2. Making feelings stronger or softer. Anna, do you know how to soften a feeling?
I usually just say the feeling plainly. I never thought about softening it before.
Try adding a little before your feeling word. I'm a little tired sounds softer than I'm tired. Let's practice these softer phrases together, nice and slow.
I'm a little nervous about this test. I'm a little hungry, but I can wait.
I'm a little confused by this question. I'm a little worried about the weather today. Nice work. A little makes feelings sound gentle.
Anna, what if your feeling is really strong?
I guess I would just say it loudly. I never thought about other options, honestly. Maybe add some hand gestures too, honestly.
Try using extremely or absolutely instead, Anna. I'm extremely excited, like a kid on vacation.
I'm absolutely thrilled to learn this today. My volume control is officially working now.
Excellent. Now your feelings have real volume control.
Section 3. Common mistakes with feeling words. Anna, let's fix a very common feelings mistake. Mistake 1, saying, I am boring instead of bored.
Wait, aren't those the same word, Tom? They look almost identical to me, honestly.
Nope. Boring describes a thing, like a movie. Bored describes your own feeling, right now.
Let's practice this important difference together, one more time.
This movie is boring, honestly, Tom. I'm bored. Let's find something else.
My old textbook is incredibly boring, sadly. I get bored during very long meetings. Great job. You just fixed a super common mistake. Anna, do you know excited versus exciting?
I think so, but please explain again.
Same rule. Exciting describes the thing itself. Excited describes how that thing makes you feel.
This lesson is exciting, and I'm excited too. I finally understand this tricky grammar rule.
Perfect. You just used both words correctly, Anna. Section 4. Asking someone how they feel. Anna, how do Americans usually ask about feelings?
I think they say, "How are you?" That's really the only question I know.
Exactly. But there are other friendly ways too. You can also ask, how are you feeling today? Let's practice these caring questions together, nice and slow.
How are you feeling today, honestly? Is everything okay? You seem quiet.
What's on your mind right now? You look tired. Did you sleep well? Nice job. These questions show real, genuine care. Anna, what if someone answers, I'm fine?
I guess I just believe them and move on. I never thought to ask again, honestly.
Sometimes fine hides a bigger feeling, Anna. A gentle follow-up question, honestly.
I'll remember that, Tom. That's really helpful. I'm going to ask better follow-up questions.
Excellent. Caring questions build much stronger friendships. Section 5. Showing sympathy and support. Anna, what do you say when a friend feels sad?
Honestly, I never know the right words. I usually just stay completely silent, Tom.
Try saying, "I'm sorry you're feeling this way." Or simply say, "That sounds really difficult." Let's practice these caring phrases together one more time.
I'm sorry you're feeling this way, honestly. That sounds really difficult. I understand.
I'm here for you whenever you need me. Take your time. There's absolutely no rush. Great. These phrases comfort people without fixing everything. Anna, should you always try to fix the problem?
I usually try to fix it immediately, honestly. I forget that listening alone can help too.
Sometimes people just want to feel heard, Anna. I learned this lesson from my own mother.
That's a really wise lesson, Tom, honestly. I'll remember to just listen sometimes.
Perfect. Listening is often the kindest gift. Section 6. Talking about stress and tiredness. Anna, how do you usually talk about stress?
I usually just say, I'm so stressed. I don't know many other stress words.
That works. You can also say, I'm overwhelmed. Or say, I have a lot on my plate. Let's practice these stress phrases together, nice and slow.
I'm overwhelmed with work this week. I have a lot on my plate today.
I need a break, honestly, just a short one. This week has been completely exhausting, truly. Nice work. These phrases sound natural and relatable. Anna, what helps you relax after a stressful day?
Honestly, I just watch funny videos, Tom. It's simple, but it always works, honestly.
That's a great idea, Anna. Laughter truly helps. I personally talk to my very patient cat.
Your cat hears everything, doesn't it? Maybe your cat should teach a lesson.
Excellent. Small breaks genuinely help you recharge. Section 7. Fun idioms for feelings. Anna, do you know any English feeling idioms?
Not really. Idioms always confuse me completely. They never make literal sense to me.
For example, on cloud 9 means very, very happy.
And down in the dumps means feeling quite sad. Let's practice these fun idioms together one more time.
I'm on cloud 9 about my trip. He's been down in the dumps lately.
I'm over the moon about this lesson. Don't worry, this feeling will pass soon. Great job! Idioms make your English sound colorful. Anna, will you try using one idiom this week?
Yes, Tom. I'll try on cloud 9. It sounds like a fun phrase to use.
Perfect choice. That idiom fits happy moments perfectly. Excellent. Idioms are the spice of English conversation. Section 8. Talking about feeling proud or grateful. Anna, when was the last time you felt proud?
Honestly, when I first finished my English lesson. That moment felt truly amazing, Tom.
That's wonderful. You can say, I'm proud of myself. Or say, I'm grateful for this opportunity.
Let's practice these warm phrases together one more time.
I'm proud of myself for trying. I never thought I'd say that, honestly. I'm grateful for this amazing opportunity.
I'm thankful for students like you, Anna. I'm proud of how far you've come. Great job. Gratitude makes conversations feel warmer instantly. Anna, do Americans say thank you very often?
I think so, but I'm not totally sure. I always feel awkward saying it too much.
Yes, Americans say thank you constantly, even for small things. I once thanked a vending machine, honestly.
Did the machine say you're welcome? That would honestly be a great story.
Sadly, no, but I still felt polite. Section 9. Talking about feeling scared or worried. Anna, what makes you feel scared, honestly?
Public speaking, definitely. It terrifies me completely. My hands get sweaty just thinking about it.
That's very common. You can say, I'm terrified of that. Or say, that makes me really nervous. Let's practice these honest phrases together, nice and slow.
I'm terrified of public speaking, honestly. That makes me really nervous, Tom.
I'm worried about tomorrow's big meeting. Spiders make me scream, honestly, every time. Nice work. Naming your fear makes it smaller.
Anna, what do you do when you feel scared?
I usually just avoid the situation completely. Avoiding it feels easier in the moment.
Try taking a slow, deep breath instead, Anna. I do this every time before teaching, honestly.
I'll try that breathing trick, Tom. Thank you. I'm actually feeling calmer just talking about it.
Excellent. Small habits make big feelings manageable. Section 10. Talking about feeling surprised.
Anna, what was the last surprise you had?
My friend visited me completely without warning. I nearly dropped my coffee, honestly.
Wonderful. You can say, I was so surprised. Or say, I couldn't believe my eyes. Let's practice these surprised phrases together one more time.
I was so surprised to see her. I couldn't believe my eyes, honestly.
That completely caught me off guard, Anna. Wow, I didn't expect that at all.
Great! Surprise words add real drama to stories. Anna, do you enjoy surprises or dislike them?
Honestly, it depends on the surprise, Tom.
Fair enough. I love surprise pizza, personally. Surprise homework, though, is a different story.
Nobody enjoys surprise homework, Tom. Ever. Surprise vacations, though, I would happily accept.
Perfect. Now you can describe any surprise clearly. Section 11. Talking about feeling frustrated or annoyed.
Anna, what usually makes you feel frustrated?
Honestly, slow internet drives me completely crazy. It happens right when I need it most.
I totally understand. You can say, that's so frustrating. Or say, this is really annoying me. Let's practice these honest phrases together one more time.
That's so frustrating. Honestly, every single time. This slow internet is really annoying me.
Traffic jams make me incredibly frustrated, honestly.
My printer annoys me almost every single day. Great job! Naming frustration calmly actually helps you relax. Anna, what do you do when you're frustrated?
I usually just complain loudly to myself. It doesn't really solve anything, though, honestly.
Try saying, I need a minute instead, Anna. I once yelled at my printer, honestly, Anna.
Did the printer apologize, Tom? Printers never apologize. They just wait quietly.
Sadly, no. It just printed more slowly. Excellent. Naming frustration helps it pass quicker. Section 12. Talking about feeling confident.
Honestly, when I finish speaking English successfully, that feeling makes all the practice worth it.
Wonderful. You can say, I feel really confident today. Or say, I believe in myself completely. Let's practice these confident phrases together, nice and slow.
I feel really confident today, honestly. I believe in myself completely. Finally.
I feel confident teaching this fun lesson. I trust myself to handle challenges. Always. Nice work. Confidence grows every time you speak. Anna, did you feel confident on your first lesson?
Honestly, no. I felt extremely nervous, Tom. My voice was shaking the entire time.
Look at you now, speaking so confidently, Anna. I still get nervous, and I'm the teacher.
Really? You seem so confident, Tom, always. You hide it very, very well, honestly.
Confidence is just practice wearing a brave costume. Section 13. Talking about feeling calm and peaceful. Anna, what makes you feel calm and peaceful?
Honestly, quiet mornings with warm tea, Tom. Nothing else compares to that peaceful feeling.
That sounds lovely. You can say, I feel so calm. Or say, this moment feels really peaceful. Let's practice these peaceful phrases together one more time.
I feel so calm right now, honestly. This moment feels really peaceful, Tom.
I feel calm after a slow walk outside. Deep breathing always helps me relax completely. Great job! Calm words balance out the stressful ones. Anna, do you take time to feel calm daily?
Honestly, not really. My days feel so busy. I always feel like I'm rushing somewhere.
Even 5 quiet minutes truly makes a difference. I steal 5 minutes between every single lesson.
I'll try stealing 5 minutes too, Tom. My mornings really need a little more calm.
Perfect. Calm moments help every other feeling too. Section 14. Full practice round all together now.
Anna, let's review everything we learned today.
I'm ready, Tom. Let's practice together now.
I'm excited about my trip next week.
I'm a little nervous about this test.
This movie is boring, honestly.
How are you feeling today, honestly?
I'm sorry you're feeling this way, honestly.
I'm overwhelmed with work this week.
I'm on cloud 9 about my trip. Wonderful work. You just practiced 7 useful phrases.
Let's do one final round now, a little faster. I'm bored. Let's find something else. What's on your mind right now? That sounds really difficult, I understand. I have a lot on my plate today. He's been down in the dumps lately. This lesson is exciting, and I'm excited too. Let's finish with one more bonus round today. I'm proud of myself for trying.
I'm terrified of public speaking, honestly.
I was so surprised to see her.
I'm grateful for this amazing opportunity.
That makes me really nervous, Tom.
I couldn't believe my eyes, honestly.
One truly last round. Calm and confident now. That's so frustrating, honestly, every single time.
I feel really confident today, honestly.
This slow internet is really annoying me.
I believe in myself completely, finally.
Confidence is just practice wearing a brave costume.
Let's finish with one truly last round today. I feel so calm right now, honestly.
This moment feels really peaceful, Tom.
I feel calm after a slow walk outside.
Deep breathing always helps me relax completely.
Amazing. You should feel very proud of this progress. Let's summarize everything we learned together today. We practiced basic feelings and stronger, softer feelings.
We fixed common mistakes like bored versus boring.
We also learned sympathy, stress, and fun idioms. We practiced pride, fear, gratitude, and surprise too. We even covered frustration and real confidence, Tom. And we ended with calm, peaceful feelings too.
Keep talking about feelings, and your English will grow. Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Thank you, everyone, for practicing with me too.
Please subscribe and share this video with your friends. If this lesson helped you, please give it a thumbs up. Tonight, tell someone honestly how you truly feel.
Try using one new feeling word today. Maybe try I'm on cloud 9 too.
Small words about feelings build big, real connections. See you very soon in our next Rising lesson.